Can you beat Pokemon FireRed using only a Rattata? Well, yes? Probably. I mean, I wouldn't make this video if you couldn't, right? Well, with Rattata being the big buff rats that they are, I'm sure they should have no problem sweeping through every trainer, gym leader, and Elite Four member which stands in their way. We start off our run the same as any other, choosing our starter, Nintendo's favourite and the face of the game, Charmander. We begin by battling our rival Cheese, who, honestly, I don't know why I named him that, it just felt right at the time. And after completing an errand for Professor Oak, we gain access to the Pokédex, which we will definitely 100% complete for him, we won't just get lost. But more importantly, Pokeballs. Now we have access to Pokeballs, the challenge truly begins. We make our way to Route 1 and catch our big boy Rattata, who we name after everyone's favourite rat, Remy. Now, Rattata has two different abilities, Runaway and Guts would be huge for the run, increasing our damage by 50% if we get poisoned, paralysed, frozen, any of them. Actually, I don't think frozen really works. But we check and we get Runaway. Well, I guess we can run away from some more difficult battles and not get knocked out. Oh, our first blackout. And after leveling Rattata to level 5, the same as what our normal starter would be, we begin our journey. We make our way through Battlebird Woods unscathed, and train up a little bit before tackling Brock, the first gym leader. Now, Brock is a rock type gym leader, and it's going to be one of the more difficult fights we face on, especially early on, since none of our moves are very effective against this Pokemon. Oh wait. Well, that was a lot easier than expected. Onwards to Misty. After an uneventful journey through Mount Moon, we end up in Cerulean City, home of the second gym and our next challenge. But before tackling Misty, we might as well get as strong as possible by destroying trees just before Nugget Bridge and meeting Bill on the other side, who swears that it was some accident and not a weird fetish he has about turning into Pokemon doing who knows what. But on an unrelated note, we get free tickets. Misty, the second gym leader, a water type master. Now, Misty only has two Pokemon on her team. The first, Staryu, who we managed to take down with ease, thanks to our increased crit chance of using focus energy. A single Hyper Fang takes her out. But the real issue is Misty's ace, Starmie, who claimed us once already as we attempted before Nugget Bridge. The issue Starmie faces is it outspeeds. We can easily take down Starmie with two Hyper Fangs, but the other issue is Water Pulse. If that causes confusion or crits, then it's game over. Unfortunately, our second Hyper Fang lists, meaning the only way we can win this is hope Quick Attack does enough damage. Oh, we quit. Don't know if that mattered, but thank you, Focus Energy. The second badge achieved. Not much happens on the way to Cerulean City. We have a trainer battle here and there, and thanks to the free tickets we got for keeping Bill's secret, we can board the SSN to make our way to get Car. Battles on there where I walk in the park and we bumped into Cheese yet again. But thanks to being only slightly higher than his team, we destroy him. But it allows us to go upstairs and Rubber Captain's back and he gives us a cut. Yeah. Which we teach to our slave Meowth. Gym 3. Yeah, it was simple enough. Rattata just destroyed Lieutenant Surge's team with ease. Even being paralysed thanks to Pikachu's static, that couldn't stop us. The most difficult part of the gym was the worst puzzle ever created, searching trash can after trash can after trash can, only to find more trash. Oh, and when you find the switch, the next one you search is trash. But at least we still came on top and got ourselves badge free. Thunder Badge now in our possession, we backtrack to Cerulean City, cutting down the tree which was previously blocking the east exit towards Rock Tunnel. Just outside, in the nearby Pokemon Center, Professor Oak's unnamed aid has one of, if not the most important item we can get on the run. For catching 20 Pokemon, we get ourselves a reward of the Everstone, which, to be fair, isn't a healing item or something that boosts damage, more quality of life. It stops us having to spam B every time we level up. On the other side of the gauntlet that Rock Tunnel is, we reach the most tedious but open part of the game. All remaining gyms other than 7 and 8 are now open to be taken on. There are also 3 different Team Rocket encounters needed to be tackled before we can take on the 8th gym, for some strange reason. As we make our way into Lavender Town, we make our way up Pokemon Tower to rescue Mr. Fuji. However, Cheese is blocking our way, but we brutally destroy him like every other encounter we've ever had. However, this time he tells us that there is a ghost stopping us from going up to a higher floor, so yeah, I guess we'll just come back at another time. So let's make our way through Saffron City to get to the other side in Celadon to tackle the 4th gym. What do you mean I can't go through here? Because you're thirsty? Ugh, I guess we go the underground. In Celadon, the first thing we do is take on Erica, who's a walk in the park. No pun intended. But more importantly, now it's time to gamble our money away. Hang on, why is there a Team Rocket grunt standing there? So talking to him and battling him reveals their secret underground lair. One of the first Team Rocket encounters begins. We fly through the grunts, destroying them one after the other solving a forced movement puzzle and eventually making our way to the Team Rocket boss, Giovanni. I'm sure we won't encounter him again. Well, we have no problem dealing with him, thanks to being so overleveled. This can't last for too much longer, right? Anyhow, he dropped the Silphco scope as he takes his leave, allowing Pokemon Tower to finally be completed. So we backtrack, not before picking up a nice cup of tea from the old lady to unlock Saffron City by feeding 4 guards, I guess. Feeding 4 guards first. With 1 cup of tea. Okay. All thanks to the Silphscope, we make our way past the blocked ghost, which turned out to just be a Marowak, who we put to rest by killing once again. Yeah, weird, I know, but okay. At the top we find Mr. Muji, surrounded by more Team Rocket grunts, our second encounter. But it turns out they weren't even holding him captive, he was just praying for a really, really long time. So that was pretty pointless. However, he does give us a Pokeflute for our troubles, which can get rid of the 2 pesty Snorlaxes. We can finally continue our gym challenges once again. Koga, the poison type gym leader, found in Fuchsia City, our 5th challenge. Yeah, it's the same story here yet again. Remy put him to shame. Well, at least we can now use Surf. And towards Gym 7 we make our way, since we might as well do at least one of the gyms out of order given the opportunity to. Cinnabar Island is our next stop, and here we find Blaine, the Fire-type gym leader, who has locked his door and has either hidden the key or dropped it in Pokemon Mansion in the most awkward place possible. I mean, is he wanting every gym challenger to do this? Does he even want to be challenged? Does he do this after every time someone challenges a gym? Is he currently locked in? I mean, what happens if we just gave up and didn't unlock the door? Too many questions, not enough answers. Well, luckily for him, we don't actually give up, and get the key after solving the puzzle inside. Now, Blaine is the first challenge we have faced in a long time, since, well, we don't one-hit KO every single one of his Pokemon, and can't actually out-heal his signature move of Fire Blast. I mean, looking at it, Rattata doesn't have the best stats in the world, so this was bound to happen sooner or later. It's time to get creative. Luckily, we unknowingly prepared for this. Back in Cerulean City, we took on a Team Rocket Grunt, who happened to give us the TM28, Dig, the only ground move we can actually learn, and just so happens to be super effective against fire types. This probably would have been nice to realise a lot sooner on, since we've had it for a fairly long time, and it meant we would have 2 good moves as opposed to just 1, and made a lot of encounters a lot easier. But oh well. With our new move and a new plan in hand, we tackle on Blame once again. And after a few more attempts, we managed to set up a focus energy on the Ponyta while it's being healed thanks to Dig getting him in range of it. We end up surviving Rapidache's hits and get a lucky crit on the Arcanine, one-shotting it, and finishing the battle, awarding us with the Volcano badge. 2 more left. Before we continue, we get stopped by Bill, a BC guy who doesn't have a weird Pokemon fetish, or at least so he claims, forcing us to quickly fly through the Sevi Island story, which the only thing of noteworthy is this is where we get Rock Smash, which will be needed on to pass through Victory Road and stuff, so I guess it's not all too bad. But after that quick detour, we make our way back to the main region of Kanto, to Saffron City to get our 7th badge from the 6th badge. Well, before we even make an attempt, Team Rocket are blocking it off, and have taken over Silphco. This is the 3rd Team Rocket encounter and final one, hopefully. Much like Team Rocket HQ, the grunt battles are just a walk of cake. Grunt after grunt just get it destroyed. Until we bump into Cheese, who instead of deciding to help us deal with the Team Rocket problems, decides to challenge us to yet another battle. But Remy teaches him a lesson and once again destroys him. It's just showing how powerful Rattatas can truly be. Plus, it serves him right for not helping with Team Rocket, and making us do all the legwork. And once again, we take on Giovanni. This time he puts up more of a fight, with a couple of close calls, and being poisoned doesn't help since we got Runaway instead of Guts. But we do come through victorious, a 10-year-old child beating the leader of an organisation once again. And for our hard work, we get a Master Ball, which we have literally no use for, so that's just going to sit in the bag for a while. We can now go to the next gym. Probably due to doing the gyms out of order and some of the Team Rocket story a bit more also out of order, Serena's Pokemon just get one-shotted, and we're awarded our 7th badge, the Marsh badge. With our 7th badge now in hand, Team Rocket destroyed, Cerulean City Gym is finally open and ready to be tackled and conquered by Remy. After battling the gym trainers, we walk up to the final gym leader, who turns out to be none other than Team Rocket's boss, Giovanni. It's time to defeat him once and for all. This time he really does put up a challenge, proving why he is the 8th gym leader and strongest of them all. And after 3 blackouts, on our 4th attempt, we finally come out of top and earn ourselves our last gym badge, the Earth badge, and the right to challenge the Elite Four and become the champion. As we make our way towards the badge check, Cheese challenges us once more time, who proves to be getting a lot stronger as well, giving us yet another close battle, but Remy proves to be stronger and comes out on top. Hopefully this is the last we see of Cheese and we can tackle the Elite Four with no problems. But we fly through the badge check and fight our way through Victory Road and reach the Indigo Plateau. It's time for the Elite Four. We head in. Lorelei, the first member, a master of the ice type. She shows us just how hard this challenge can truly be. Despite being heavily overleveled, we wipe over and over it, again, only taking down one or maybe two of her Pokemon with each attempt. Up until this point, we've had a few close encounters, but nothing that's seemed on the verge of impossible, only having to make slight changes to how we approach them. But this is something different. If we are to overcome this challenge, we need to throw everything we have so far out the window and find a new plan to take us through the challenge. I begin searching through every detail about Rattata, the stats they excel in, every move they can learn, what items and berries we have available to us, truly becoming one with Rattata. And there it is. I see the way we might just be able to get through this. Every move they learn by level up just isn't cutting it. But as we look down, there are 4 moves, TMs, that they can learn that will hopefully be enough to get us through the Elite Four and become the champion. One of these we have already learned, needed for our fight against Blaine, TM28, Dig. A useful move to use against Agatha's Arbok, and to hopefully avoid some of the super effective damage that Bruno's fighting types have against us. The other 3 are all locked behind gambling our money away in Celadon City. TM30, Ice Beam. Not the most useful against Lorelei, but if we can make it past her, it's a must for Bruno's Onyxes, and should make light work of Lance's Dragon type team. TM24, Thunderbolt. This will be our main way of dealing with Lorelei. Even though she is a nice type master, all but one share a dual type of water, making Thunderbolt super effective against them. And finally, TM30, Shadow Ball, a ghost type move that will make light work of Lorelei's non-water dual type, Jinx, thanks to it being a nice psychic type as well as being super effective against Agatha's ghost types. With these 4 moves, now taught to Remy, it's time to once again tackle the Elite Four and hope our new plan brings us through the Elite Four, our final challenge. And so it begins. After a few more attempts at Lorelei getting used to our new moveset, we managed to make it through on top and defeat our first member. Bruno, the fighting type master, and the one I am most worried for of the 4. Since fighting type moves are super effective against Remy, and due to it only being a Route 1 Pokemon, unevolved Rattata, the defense stats aren't looking the best. If we can't one-hit KO them, or their moves one-hit KO us, or deal more than half our health, we're not looking in a good spot. And well, my worst fear comes true. We can deal with the Onix fine, but we can't one-shot the Hitmonchan. And if they use a fighting type move as well, we get one shot. It looks like it's over. We just don't have enough damage, and we can't take many, if any, hits. For each failed attempt, we could level up once, and see how far we can go, and how high we have to go. But real quick side note, I completely forgot that X items were a thing. Otherwise, that would have been the next thing to try, and I believe we definitely would have had more of a chance. But it happened now, so yeah. Oh well. After attempt and attempt, we finally end up reaching level 96. 19 levels above what we first started attempting the Elite Four. By this point, Lorelei is a piece of cake, and we take her out with ease with just Thunderbolt after Thunderbolt. So how does our fight against Bruno go? Like before, the Onix is easy enough to deal with. Hitmonchan and Hitmonlee both go down after 2 digs each, although we are left at low health when Machamp comes out, causing us to have to heal and hope his cross chop doesn't deal over half health or misses. Well, luckily for us, it does miss. We hit a dig, it goes to a third of its health, meaning 2 more to win the fight. And as we hit our second dig, the second cross chop hits, leaving us in red. And since they had a citrus berry, they gain back more health, and now sitting in range of whether I'm unsure Dig will actually KO it. So we heal, but get hit by cross chop once again, bringing us right back to red. This repeats until they stop using cross chop and instead go for bulk up. I decide to go for an Ice Beam as I fear Dig won't actually deal enough damage, and Ice Beam hopefully should finish off the kill. They're left on what feels like 1 HP, causing a heal. But from this point on the fight, they just keep on using bulk up, so I keep attacking and praying a cross chop doesn't come and end this run. The Machamp goes down, and we don't get hit. Turns out, looking back at the footage, Machamp actually ran out of damaging moves, so we were kind of panicking for nothing. Yeah, Bruno's final Onyx was a piece of cake, so second member down, on to Agatha. Agatha was nowhere near as eventful. Her 2 Gengars and Haunter both get one shot by Shadow Ball. Golbat and Arbok both go down with 2 hits each. And the only difficult bit of the fight was getting poisoned by Sludge Bomb, but yeah. 3 down, 1 to go. Lance, the Dragon-type master and final member of the Elite Four. Turns out to be a very similar fight to Agatha. Gyarados one-shots into the 4 times weakness to electric. Aerodactyl gets down in 2 ice beams. Dragonite, yet 2-shot as well, but they did get a scary crit with Outrage. But we lived through. And the final 2 Dragonairs, well, yeah, they got 1 shot and the other one 2-shot. And with Lance down, we are now the champion of Kanto. Wait, what? What do you mean Cheese was here just before us and now the champion? I thought we saw the last of him. Well, I guess it's time to put him in his place, once and for all. You know what? I'm just gonna let this fight play out and not say a word. And there we go. The Elite Four defeated. Cheese once again destroyed, and it is now time for Remy, the Rattata who has fought their way through thick and thin, all the way from Route 1 to beating the champion, can now be forever remembered in the Hall of Fame. So the question was, can you beat Pokemon FireRed using only a Rattata? Well, there is your answer. Yes. Yes, you can. Well, I hope you enjoyed it. It's not my normal sort of content, but I wanted to try and do something different, and had a blast doing so. So if you want to see more stuff like this, just let me know. I have a couple of other ideas in the work, and can always try another route Pokemon in another game if people would be interested. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.